Welcome back, everybody. Today is August 1st. 1 month ago, I had a birthday and I turned 50. And my sister was over and she said, I've got something for your birthday. And she's always on the hunt for vintage items. And of course she knows I like tools. So she found this toolbox. As she carried it over to me, it wasn't wrapped. And I saw this brown crinkle paint. And immediately I thought, oh, this must be a Kennedy. But then she set it down and I saw this. I was just thinking, wow, I've never seen a Utica box before. And honestly, I didn't even know that Utica sold toolboxes. So as I sat there looking at it, I was just a bit puzzled because I didn't realize that Utica sold toolboxes. And so many questions start going through my head. One of the first ones being, who made this for Utica? Just based on the paint, I figured it was probably Kennedy, but I'm not sure. I was also wondering, how old is this box? Now this latch here is obviously somebody put on after the fact, so I knew that wasn't original, but I opened it up. I was glad to see the tray. Then I noticed on the lid it has a sticker. It says Utica Bonnie. I think the number is 81625. And that gave me a little bit of a hint as to when it might have been made, because I believe without looking that Utica and Bonnie joined up in the 1960s, so probably won't be older than that. I wouldn't know how much newer it would be, but I didn't think it would be older than that. Just for reference, this box is 20 inches wide, about 9 3/4 deep, and with the lid closed, it's about 11 inches tall. So I was wondering who made this for Utica, what year it might be, or roughly what year. You can see the tray has a partition that would have been likely for a socket set, and with having the brown crinkle paint on the tray, I would say it's original. And of course, nothing in the bottom. Everything is in good shape. The paint's not too worn. It's a little worn on the outside, but not so much on the inside. But I just sat there thinking to myself, like, what a neat find. My sister found a toolbox that I didn't even know existed. And, she didn't know any better, but I said, where'd you find this? And she told me the story, and she said, I paid $5. I was just thinking, what are the chances you find a toolbox I haven't seen before? Well, not that I haven't seen, but I didn't even know that was made for Utica. And I just thought it was really neat based on the fact that I figured maybe it's rare. I was thinking maybe they only sold these for a few years. I definitely believe it was made by Kennedy. I could be wrong. I was curious about how long did they sell toolboxes under Utica brand. Also just curious if anybody watching this has a Utica brand box. More than anything, I was just looking for information, so I figured if I showed everybody here, most likely a few people would know more about this. But that's going to be all for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.